Hey guys, Dan here. Hope everybody's doing well as always. So, in today's video, I wanted to talk about something that actually, I guess, slightly bugs me in a sense. Look, I don't get really emotional about things or get frustrated or anything like that too often. But there's a specific belief, I guess it is, and it's a misconception that many people in the publishing industry have about public domain publishing. And what this is, guys, is a lot of people tend to think that when we take other people's work, right, some old public domain books that are no longer under any copyright law, and then we repurpose it for sale so we can make a profit, right? That's the business side of things. A lot of people think that this is not above board, right? They feel like doing this is piggybacking off the success of an actual author, and like a classical author at that, right? So it has a little bit of a stigma around it, and I just wanted to explain today in today's video why this is a misconception, why this is completely incorrect and the wrong way to look at public domain publishing. Now, guys, let's have a look at the current book market and what's going on, right? There's so many ghostwritten books out there today, and it's literally, right, it's literally done just to turn a profit. It's literally done just for a business. 99% of people having books written by ghostwriters don't care about their topic, don't care about their audience, right? They just care about having a decent book so they can flip it out into the market, make consistent sales, and turn a profit. So the ghostwriters that do these things are often very low quality, right? When we're looking at a regular industry standard ghostwriter for a high quality book, you're talking about $12,000 minimum to have a book written, right? That can go up to 50, 80 grand for a book. But when you're looking at ghostwriters and ghostwriting companies that are like $600 to $1,000 to even $1,200 per book, you're just literally doing this not for the love of books, not for the future generations, not for to become a classical or well-known author that transcends history, right? Not for any of that, just to turn a profit. Now, I get it. I'm a businessman, right? I love books. I love the words written in books. I love history. These are all passions of mine. But at my core, I'm a businessman. But I also care about the future. I care about what goes into the market, and I care about generations to come. I have 4 children, and it concerns me gravely that these old books, these really well written books, will be lost to the sands of time because people don't want to repurpose them based on the misconception that they're somehow piggybacking off somebody else's hard work, right? But look at it like this, guys. If the whole market is just extremely flooded with low quality ghostwritten books, what does that leave for our future generation? Right? We have books like Huckleberry Finn, Pinocchio, Moby Dick, all of these beautifully written classics, Pride and Prejudice, that our generation has benefited from. The next generation from us is going to be faced with a wall of rubbish written books on subjects just strewn together and thrown together into these pages in order to turn a profit. What sort of knowledge are we passing on to our new generations? It's not really good, right? So I put it to you that I think it's more what's the word I should use here? It's it's more, it's less, right? It's less stand up to strew together one of these ghostwritten books and throw it into the market to make a profit, not caring about whose hands it lands into, not caring about even if the words that are in that book actually add value or benefit to anybody, right? Not caring about all of this stuff. Now, I know people that are in ghostwriting, they do care. They do care, right? Not everyone's in it just to make money. But you can't write a book like a classical book using a ghostwriter. It's just not possible. That book is going to be way less quality, right? Way, way, way less quality than the old classics, the public domain classics. Unless, of course, you're paying $12,000 to $80,000 to have one of those books written. Just like, Barack Obama's book, that was written by a ghostwriter. But I think they paid like 60 grand for that book, something like that. So in that instance, you're actually hiring a writer that deserves to have their stuff published, right? At the end of the day, really. So I put it to you guys, what would you prefer? To have these old classics live on to the next generations, because they're going to need them. Believe me, they're going to need them, and they're going to need them in front of them in the droves to cut through all of the rubbish that's been put into the market. Do you think it's a good idea just to not do that because we don't want to piggyback off the success of those authors? I respect these authors immensely, right? When I create a book product out of their written works, we make sure that this product is worthy of the market every single time. It has to be beautiful quality, the quality that it deserves to have. Now, I get it with people that try to publish into the public domain market and they just throw together rubbish. Oh man, where is it? Let me show you. Here, I bought this book the other day, right? Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. It's been bastardized, and I actually, it makes me sad. Look at this. Let's see. It's, first off, the cover, everything is just rank. I wanted to buy this to just see what my competition's doing out there, right? And I don't really have competition when we're looking at books like this. Let's see if I can find something I saw. Look at this, for example. Look how a book is written. What is that? Things like this, it's wrong. You should not piggyback off a great emperor like Marcus Aurelius's works, his personal thoughts, his meditations with that. So, definitely there's people in the market that won't survive. You won't survive with a book like that, right? These are people just trying to take advantage of those old classical authors. But at the end of the day, it's great to have people like myself and my students actually caring, seriously giving a shit, right, about these books, putting them into the market, revitalizing them, breathing new life into them, into these old classical words, these words that transcend times and generations. We must keep them alive, and we must keep their quality alive. I would much prefer to be making money that way, right, than just putting rubbish into the market. Words that don't really mean much to anybody, right, at the end of the day. Searching through niches that are just profitable to get a book written by somebody in Turkey who knows hardly anything about that niche. I know they say they do, but man, how many expert book writers are out there truly in the world? Not many. That's why it's $12,000 to $80,000 to hire one of these true experts. And it just it makes me a little saddened that people believe that what we do is less above board than what they do, right? I don't know, guys. You got the facts now. You make the decision. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Is it more above board to have a book ghostwritten for $1,000 and throw it into the market for profit? Or is it more above board to revitalize these old classics, ensure that this doesn't end up in the market, and put high quality classics back onto the market for our generations to come? Because what hope do they have if these words are lost? What hope do they have with modern scriptures? Honestly. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some great authors out there, but they just don't get the recognition, right? It's so difficult as a actual author to write quality books in your lifetime and get the recognition you need. Now, some of these books might become classics in the future, don't get me wrong, but it's really difficult for authors in this landscape, especially with so many ghostwriters coming into the market. How is an author meant to write a quality book and stand out above all of the noise out there? It's extremely difficult. An author today can't just be an author like they used to be. An author needs to be a marketer, right? An author needs to be a salesperson. An author needs to be you've got to wear so many hats just to cut through the noise. And that's why we're so successful with public domain, because you don't need to put on any of those hats. These books are already well known in the market, accepted. They have massive market acceptance, and so they should, right? So they should. Massive market acceptance. We don't need to cut through the noise. We don't need to try to position ourselves in the market. We're already there, right? As long as we position our books as quality and our publishing companies, because we build publishing houses, guys. We build real publishing companies, right? That are publishing houses specializing in publishing old classics. So we are working with authors of past times, right? A regular publishing house of a modern age would work with living authors, right, and do commission shares and commission royalty shares, or like upfront cash. Like there's a lot of upfront cash when you're an author and trying to get into a publishing house. We do all that, but we just don't work with the author because the author is no longer with us on this earth. So at the end of the day, we are building professional companies here, companies that you'll be able to sell, companies that you'll be able to pass on to your children, generational income, right? This is generational wealth, because these books that we use are generational words. These books will transcend time as long as we have people like us ensuring that they stay alive. This is what we need to do. So again, guys, I ask you the question: what do you think? What do you think is more above board, right? Publishing public domain? I refuse to say to anybody that I am piggybacking off the words of Marcus Aurelius, right? I am ensuring that a man like this, that can give so much value to the world, so much value in this book, I'm ensuring that this does not stay on the market, right? We don't want this on the market. I'm ensuring that Marcus Aurelius will get what he deserves. He will get the recognition he deserves. The book that has his name written on it will be the quality that he deserves. Anyway, guys, I wanted to just jump in here today and just give you a little bit of a different perspective on it, because I know I've had a lot of people say this to me, like they just have this misconception that we're rat bags, essentially, right? Just sort of like piggybacking off someone else's success, but it's not like that at all. There are people out there like that, but that's not who we are. All right, guys, I hope you all have a good day. If you want to work with us, let me know in the comments and I'll reach out to you and we can just jump on a no obligation call, guys. It's not a sales call. It's just a discussion about publishing to see where you are, where you want to go, if my business model is even right for you. And if it is, we can offer to assist you in your publishing efforts. All right, I'll talk to you all soon. Have a good day.